Leo, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. My name is Jenna. Today I'm here to do a reading for you for the month of June. We're going to take a look at the overall general energy, what you may not see coming, and get some important advice from Spirit. Welcome in. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get started. Doing a whole overview of the month. Hope you're all doing well. All right. Thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading for Leo today. Let's see what's happening. I've got the Cosmic Oracle cards here. Let's see what you need more of in the month of June. What do you need more of? This is advice from Spirit. What you need more of. All right, first one coming out. We have give yourself some credit for doing a good job at this whole living thing. I'm seeing a lot of, you maybe exploring new worlds. Could be traveling or experiencing new dimensions. You might even feel like a stranger in a strange land. And I think that your willingness to keep exploring and to maintain a sense of wonder. I mean, we have an astronaut in the sea. I think you've been mastering your emotions, Leo. That's a very emotional world, and almost feeling like you're in a whole new chapter of feeling what you're feeling and moving through the world, honoring those feelings. Because I don't know a Leo who isn't passionate. Give yourself credit, okay? And then we had this coming out in reverse, so you may need to really be honing in. Sag just had this, so fire signs might just feel a little bit burnt out by all the feelings that are running through you. This also is an indication that you need to be listening to your body, all right, and do what it's asking of you. So this is listening to your intuition through your cellular tissues, through your body's systems. It's almost like a North Star here. Some of you are solving some issues that you've had around your physical health. And give yourself some credit because it's like it's changing how you care for yourself. Your routine, you might be switching up your habits. Listen to your body, okay, Leo? And whatever you've been doing to better your health, it's paying off. A little bit of faith goes a long way, remember that. Yeah, I think you're remembering your connection to the universe. Feels very much like the Aquarian star energy, exploring new lands, being in a whole new realm and a whole new frequency. And I think that this is doing like maybe some of the physical upgrades, right, within the body, and then aligning with that. So you could feel like you're in a whole new pocket of energy and feeling things in a different way, like even like physical sensations, emotional memories. It's like you're being recoded, reprogrammed. And you could feel like, a foreigner. Some of you are traveling to different countries. Beautiful. All right. I want to get a frequency first before we pull the tarot. What's the overall frequency? Solar plexus chakra with the sacral. Ooh, I like this. This is a nice marriage between the second and third chakra. So you could be in a state of expansion here where you are increasing your confidence. And solar plexus, that's your light. The frequency of the sacral chakra, the orange flower of life, supports our ability to flow with our desires and stimulates our creative power to manifest success and abundance in our lives. So if you have been working on new creative projects, you will be seeing a new level of success in those. These are very similar frequencies as far as just how they work together in unison. Almost like they're synergizing each other in this flow of energy between your desires and your creativity, and then your sense of self, your personal power, your willpower. The frequency of the solar plexus chakra, the yellow flower of life, supports our sense of self, our personal power, and our willpower, as well as the knowing of who we are and what our contribution is to the whole. Wow. Definitely something is being signaled around interconnectivity and taking the proper steps and in the expansion of your desires, your creativity, and the knowing of who you are. A little bit of a similar vibe as Sag in that way, where, when you know who you are and you're so deeply attuned to your own authentic vibration, you align with an abundant timeline. So there's a lot of passion flying off this and a lot of creative willpower and moving forward. I think you're going to feel a lot of like your energy. I wouldn't be surprised if the sun comes out. Let's pull some tarot. Let's pull some tarot. I like this. And, you know, whenever we're looking at the body and we're looking at the second and third chakra, I mean, it's like you're going maybe from restabilizing in your root and you're moving up through the sacral and solar plexus. Those are very much highlighted chakras. So make sure, even in your meditation, you might want to focus more on amplifying the light in the second and third chakra. Talk about amplifying the light. Wow. We have the 8, I'll show you, the 8 of Wands and the High Priestess coming out. Talk about the amplification of your spiritual understanding of yourself, of your soul's journey. Some of you are increasing your intuitive capabilities here. And don't dismiss any of the signs and synchronicities coming your way. A lot of us that are traveling, you know, these really fun timelines in this karmic year, it's, wow, it's almost like a streamline to the cosmic forces of the universe. And you feel very spiritually elevated, almost high. So this is a spiritual high right here, folks. So you could be experiencing that this month, a spiritual high, just between you and spirit, right? And your ascension. That's true ascension, 8 of Wands. Being put on the right path, knowing you're right where you need to be in your ascension journey. Feeling comfortable with yourself. Something, though, that you're resolving in communication with someone as well. Let's see. What's the current energy? Current energy for Leo. I wanted to fall out. There's High Priestess. Wow. Ooh. You are definitely tapping into your inner wisdom, your ancient wisdom, the collective consciousness. You know, as you can see, it's this pink highway. This is divine download. So she's in silent prayer, silent meditation. There's something going on with you when you're meditating, Leo. So if you're not meditating daily, you need to. And you need to be focusing on your second and third chakra. You're going to be getting a lot of signs. I would keep a journal. So after you go into these meditations, you can even listen to guided meditations. But meditation, nonetheless, I'm getting that strongly. You'll be getting a lot of downloads through that practice. And you might have some things come up. So Spirit's trying to send you messages. So go into your meditation practice and consider it, you're communicating with yourself, your higher self, your true self, your guides. So I do it all the time through tarot. You don't even need to do it through meditation. You can do it through divination. There's something around you being inspired through divination here. Like, you don't even need a tarot reading here, but I like you coming in. Something around you maybe even being drawn to a new esoteric art. 5 of Swords. There's something that it's like you're questioning what your inner knowing is saying right now. Don't question too much. It's like you got to tap into that flow. You don't want to stop that flow by interrupting it with competing thoughts. You see how this is the voice of the ego and the shadow and how it can plague us. Don't let your ego take over your intuition and your energy center around your connection to the collective consciousness. I'm just saying that sometimes we run the risk of doing that, and it's not our intuition. I don't feel like that's the case, though, for you. I feel like that there could even be, I'm getting that you could even have other voices that drown out your own voice if you listen to their opinions too much. That's what it feels like. See how there's a crow in his ear, and he's like, I don't know, I felt one way. My intuition told me one way, but now this person's contradicting how I feel. So be careful with that. Be careful with that. That's what I'm getting off of that. And this is where you're coming from. So maybe you've been telling people about some of the things you want to do or have been doing, and you're getting mixed reviews, and it's starting to kind of impact you and make you question your path. So be careful with that. You are the only one that ultimately knows what's best for you. Overall general energy, 9 of Wands. There's definitely a protective force field around you right now. It's a bit of a permeable force field, but you've been a little bit worn out on your journey. Leo, 9 of Wands is at the very end of feeling like we're carrying too much of a burden. Whatever that is. It could be a physical burden, emotional burden, spiritual burden. But she's got the light of her own sacred flame burning strongly. See? It's almost, I'm getting like, be careful with the opinions of other people. Just don't let too many energies in that conflict with what you know to be true about yourself and your path. All right, opportunity, 5 of Cups. You're releasing a past chapter, I heard. slowly but surely, ceremonially, you know, and you're burying it in the earth. Whenever I've done ceremony, you know, the earth can take our pain. You know, I'll go hug a tree, I'll go ground, I'll walk on the earth if I'm really feeling sad. Sometimes you need to cry. So you may be feeling emotional at different times this month because of maybe past sadness that you held in the body. And as you open up to the universe, there is some sadness that you're releasing. It doesn't feel bad. It feels like a necessary part of the process. The challenge is the Page of Cups. I think you're worried about opening your heart and what it might lead. You're going through a major rebirth, judgment, major rebirth, rising above. This is the ascension journey in the Light Seers deck. I think that you are reaching the next level and you're leaving a past self behind where you were dealing with things that made you play small, that made you shrink, and it made you sad. So you're releasing almost like this old version of self. We've been working on that, and it really is about staying true to yourself, Leo. Yeah, and coming into balance. We have justice here. And what you don't see coming. So there's some sort of, your life experiences are mirroring back to you, the things that you're pushing through at this time. So the month of June feels like a pretty balanced energy, actually, to be honest, because you're rooted and grounded right now in who you are, your divine intelligence, your ancient wisdom. Do not overthink something, especially if it's based on the opinions of others. We have 2 5s, 55. So there's a lot of change. I feel like you're leaving something behind, a past chapter, and you're going through a powerful rebirth. And this is when we need to protect our energy because we're feeling vulnerable. It's like, think of when a butterfly first breaks out of its chrysalis. It needs a little bit of time to get used to its wings before it can fly. And that's what I feel like you're in that state, especially right now as June unfolds. All right, let's go into the 9 of Wands. You've been really working on changing your belief system. I feel that. I think all the fire signs are working on that. If I change my beliefs, I change my life. Ooh la la. This is nice. We have Knight of Wands with the King of Cups. Something's making you do a deep dive into your heart frequency. Woo! The universe is delivering you something, Leo, and it looks very fun. This is get out, be excited. You don't have to protect yourself. Like maybe you've been hypervigilant and saying, you know what, I'm not letting down my walls because, you know, maybe you had some sort of significant loss, something that you've had to release from the past that, you know, was hard. It almost was hard for you to make sense of it. Like, why did this happen? I'm getting that. You've been asking the universe, why did this have to happen? And, you know, that's when we do put our walls up, right? That's what we do. And that's why you have faith here. A little bit of faith goes a long way. That's what the Spirit's saying. And I think that as guarded as you may feel, Leo, I'm getting at the onset of June, you're just like, you're afraid of loss because of the losses you've already suffered. And this is when we have a hard time taking risks. But you've got a whole new world to explore here and your emotions and your feelings, and you've been feeling them. There's something coming in this month. It's called someone that wants to love you, Leo. It's a message. It's a fiery message of love. I think this person is opening up their heart to you, and it's someone that has been divinely inspired to come towards you. This is fate. This feels like a fated love that you're kind of like, you're in a little bit of mental conflict over, because fated love to you means trouble. You're like, I don't even want to believe in that anymore, right? I think you're getting over some, not necessarily jadedness, but just, or maybe a little bit of cynicism around love, Leo. I'm getting that. But you've learned a lot by guarding your energy around your emotional intelligence. and how fast you move towards something, but some big change is coming in. It's the wheel. This is fate playing a role in your life in June, bringing in a King of Cups. A watery world is entering your life where you're going to be feeling a lot of different emotions, sensations. Sometimes this grouping, just so you know, not to be TMI, but this is a new sexual partner that you're going to fall in love with, but you're afraid to. But Spirit's saying, you know what, this is what you asked for. Don't complicate it by letting your ego get too involved around fear of loss. 5 of Cups and playing small. Page of Cups. When someone's showing you, it's like someone's like, here's my heart, Leo. Are you going to love me? You know, and you're like, let me count all the ways that I need to question whether you're actually, it's good to be discerning, but not too skeptical. And I feel like that's why you're really coming into balance here with the Judgment and Justice. You got a big decision to make this month. In other words, oh, there we go. I see a match. Queen of Cups, the Temperance, the 5 of Pentacles. There is fear of loss. Someone's cleaning up a big abandonment wound when it comes to keeping their heart open and falling in love. Ooh, this is big. You two are like, pour a little, pour a little, pour a little, because you got a water sign coming in. It's passionate. I think you're going to fall for this person. But you're scared they're going to abandon you if you do. You got to work on that. We have 3 5s. 5 of Swords, 5 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles. You know, when you see 5, 5, 5, it's like there's some wounds that need to be healed in your heart. Okay? It's called fear. Ultimately, any emotion in the ego, you can reduce it to just one word, fear. False evidence appearing real, forgetting everything's all right, forgetting everything and running. Like we have all these acronyms around fear. Why? Why is that so? We don't really have a lot around love, do we? Because love is like, you just know it when you feel it. But fear, it's like we forget, right? We forget. We forget that it is about love. And we start thinking about loss. There is fear here, big time. I think this is going to come down to just taking things slow. If you go too fast, it could spike some, I don't know, when I see 3 5s, that could be drama. You know, hot, cold, hot, cold. Let's keep going. Yeah, I'm getting though that, you know, through though the journey you've been on, if you don't want to talk about another person coming in, and this is about you, you've learned a lot about doing the right thing when it comes to being a kind human and being open-hearted and showing people how much you love them. And I think that your capacity to give love is very high here. But if you don't give that to self, you're going to abandon that within you. So I think that another lesson here, no matter who you give your heart to on the outside, if you're not giving that to yourself, it's going to be imbalanced from the start. So you need to be nurturing yourself more than you allow someone else to nurture you. And I think that's a lesson you had to learn the hard way in the past. And you need to be mindful in your approach to love. This could be an existing connection where there's already a lot of feelings involved and you're having difficulty with blending these two energies. There's been conflict and pain. If you've been dealing with someone, there's some big changes coming in. You could be having a breakthrough with somebody if you've been in a relationship for a while and you've been having strife and your intuition, you're not sure what your intuition is telling you to do and you're worried this is going to end. I do think you're going to be making a decision. We got 2 groups here. Interesting with the fire signs. It's like groups of people that are having difficulty in a commitment and people that are having difficulty just opening up to letting someone new in. Oh, wow. Interesting because Sag had a similar energy of just fear of an ending or an uncertainty around an ending. In the challenge here, we have the Page of Cups, which is a reduction of the Queen. It's like I may really have a lot of feeling for this person, but I'm not going to show it for fear of rejection. See? Or I have a lot of feeling for this person, but because we've had so much shit go down, I can't feel it anymore. And I feel stuck. So this stuck energy is around pain, unresolved pain. I feel like you're removing unresolved pain from the past, either with someone or with other people, that you just don't want in the way. It's all up to all of us in our relationships to do the healing work. So we give relationships a fighting chance. And we own what's coming up within us, and we feel what we need to feel, and we move through it. Whether we're opening our hearts or we're starting to shut our hearts down out of self-preservation. I do see that it comes down to opening up and communicating. The more you communicate what you're feeling, the easier this month will be, Leo. Because you have a high vision for the future, and what may start out small, if you start something new with the fear of total annihilation in your mind, you will create that. So be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you think, and be careful what you believe. Your whole journey this month is to really just stay connected to your true self, not the mind. The mind's going to get you in wicked trouble this month if you let it. If you overthink something instead of overfeeling something, it's like get into here, right? And get into here. But when you go into here, oh my. But I do see that you're putting an end to staying trapped in the mind, and you're keeping your vision high for the future, and you're starting out small, okay? You're like, okay, I will accept this offer, or I will accept your apology. It's like you could be saving yourself a difficult road, a difficult timeline, by communicating openly about your hopes and your fears versus not. You see the difference? Whether you're dealing with someone and you have had them in your life for a while and you're trying to resolve some problems, or you have someone new and you're just trying not to freak out. Wow. I do think you're slaying the fear of the mind and getting trapped in it. And just keep the hope and faith alive. You have a vision for the future. I think you worry that it's not going to be in alignment, or you're going to get trapped in something again. But it does feel like this is a fated situation. For a lot of you, this is just don't bring old baggage into it, right? Whether it's between the same person or somebody new. And you just have old baggage that you're still unpacking from your past history. King of Swords, Queen of Swords, wow. And the Knight of Pentacles. I love this. See, you're doing it. You're taming the mind. You're standing in your truth. You know what? The success of this relationship, whether it's somebody you've been with for a while or somebody new, all hinges. It all hinges on communication. Was that communication is key, and slowing down. Slowing down and allowing things to unfold as they may, taming the mind. I love this. Very intelligent couple. Very intelligent. There's something coming together. It's like you both are resolving the plague of the overthinking mind. The self-criticism, the criticism of the situation, the worry, right? The what ifs. They're saying drop into your heart and just co-create. If you conjure up every bad thing that could happen on your life in any endeavor, chances are you're going to create that. Very interesting. Your mind is going to be your own worst enemy, and so is this person, if you let it. But you're learning a lot about how to communicate whatever's coming up. And if you're with somebody where you can't, that's a problem. You should feel safe and secure to say, can we talk about this? Like, what do you think? Let's talk it out. Let's have a discussion. Let's communicate. And I see you doing that. And I see you coming to an agreement here in the future. And you both are deciding, let's take our time. Let's be practical. It's like you're going through rebirth in your air energy between you and someone else that you have deep feelings for, or the potential for deep feelings for. And instead of thinking the worst of each other, this is when we assume the worst, when we need to just change our thinking to a more positive place. And that's what you're doing. Two of Wands, course correct. Have faith. Listen to your body. Do not let the mind overtake it with overthinking. And stay positive. Do not assume the worst in someone. Okay? That's what I'm getting there. Do not assume the worst in someone. Be patient. And also listen to each other. I'm getting that if you really listen to each other, there's going to be a powerful rebirth in this connection and in this communication with this person. There's something around the way you both communicate and working that out. Whew. I like it, Leo. You also have some new ideas that you are generating, and you're looking at a long-term project here. I'm getting it's going to be a powerful rebirth for you. If you've got your own business with the Emperor here. Oh, this is the Lovers, the Emperor. Wow, and the Ten of Pentacles. I think there's fear around long-term commitment coming up for both of you. Overall, for everybody watching. You're worried about it. You're worried, like, because you've had relationships fail. You don't know what it's, some of you don't know what it's like to have a successful long-term relationship that feels balanced. Well, get ready. Get ready. Because you're calling it in. You've been calling it in. Both of you have strong air placements, or your ability to communicate your truth, acting with integrity, staying positive, and being mindful and being practical is going to bring a rebirth in your life around connection. You've got a long-term success here in a new connection. This is somebody with a lot of power and prestige, Leo. They could have a Aries, Leo, Sag placements or Libra placements. And I don't know why I'm getting, I want to move. I'm moving. Yeah, there's something that's moving forward, and you're releasing some blockage in the heart based on past emotional baggage between you and this person or other people. And you're open up your heart. Like, it's scary to let love in. I get it. But don't let that fear override the experience of it. You know, if every day you're thinking about what could go wrong, or this person is, I think the more you communicate your fears even, like, yeah, of course. But I see this really turning out. Well, I mean, Ten of Pentacles, the Lovers and the Emperor, you couldn't ask for something better than that when it comes to the potential of something. This has amazing potential, Leo. All right, let's get some advice from Spirit. Big choice. Three of Cups. Wheel of Fortune. I'll tell you what. This feels like a fated connection. Some of you, this isn't, I mean, I'm not going to say it. This is love. King and Queen of Cups. King and Queen of Swords. It's like you're marrying your air energy with your water energy. Remember I was saying it's a new watery world? I think, dare I say, Leo, you're starting to fall in love with somebody, and it's almost scaring you. Because maybe you've never felt this before, that you could see like something really balanced in your life. You called it in. You called it in. Don't think the worst or hold back from the vision. Stay positive, see the best in the situation. I think you're worried that this person might, you know, you're going to open your heart, right? Let them in, and then boom, they drop you like a hot potato. You're worried about someone abandoning you when the minute you start to catch deep feelings and share them. Like the minute you say, I love you, they're not going to catch you in that. Or the minute you're like, okay, let's cross into like, you know, playland, and they don't text or call, or there's anxiety. You got to trust your intuition here. That's at the core of this. If you trust your intuition and you're step by step in alignment with that, and you communicate, this person seems like they've got you. All right? Seems like they've got you. I mean, this person has long-term in mind. All right? Because they're going from the King of Cups to the King of Swords to the Emperor, which is elevation, right? Your other half. Nine of Swords. This is your advice. Page of Wands. Don't overthink something playful and new. They're like, have fun with it. Don't overthink it. Don't stress out. That's what it is. I knew it. I knew it. You're clearing out old emotional baggage. And you're allowing the wheel to turn. There's massive changes coming in. You got the wheel on your side here. It's almost like when fate brings you a new opportunity to go out and create and be playful and have fun and date, there are worries that come up. It's like it drives you a little bonkers. You worry about your image. You get self-conscious of your body. You get self-conscious over everything. Like, can I trust this? So I feel like you're releasing, both of you are releasing the emotional baggage of having maybe nervous system dysregulation consistently in the past when it came to opening up your heart and feeling vulnerable. And I think that if you just enjoy it and be playful and have fun and allow the changes to unfold as they will in the progression of this, as you communicate more and more, whether you've been with someone and you're worried about something ending and you're not speaking up, or they're not hearing you, there is some sort of shift happening here. But the two of you have got to learn how to stop stressing and seeing the worst in each other and letting go of past emotional baggage. Okay? This is a big, significant change in your life, Leo. All right. I love it, though. This has a long-term success mark. 10 of Pentacles with the Lovers, okay? So it's almost like don't recreate the past it's like don't make the past present. Do not make the past present. You two are still releasing old baggage. You know, we're not all 100% healed. But when you build trust in another, you do it slowly and mindfully, and it takes time. So I feel like that's what you're doing. Prayer answered. Sag had the same thing, and we had Temperance come out. So you could have somebody you're dealing with Sagittarius placements. Prayer answered. Prayers have been answered. Let's read this. I just read this. Some of you might have Sag placements along with Leo. North American Plains Indian tribes revered the great buffalo. Buffalo provided the means for survival, and very little was wasted. Buffalo was life. Sacred dance ceremonies were performed to honor buffalo and ask for a successful hunt. In these ceremonies, dancers would become the buffalo in spirit. The lesson of buffalo is the importance of asking the great mystery for help through syncing your prayers with action to create abundance and success. Act as if your prayers have already been answered. When we act as though our prayers have been answered, we become a magnet for our prayers to manifest themselves in their physical forms. Let's say that you are experiencing disunity and having a difficult time with a colleague or a partner. Your prayer is to resolve the issue and have unity between the two of you. Your prayer to the great mystery would be to ask for unity with your coworker or partner and then act as if you already had it. This would look like being kind, respectful, and showing love to your coworker or partner immediately, regardless of whether the problem was resolved or not. This action is what would create the unity and eventually dissolve the issue. When buffalo tramples into your spread, this medicine is a confirmation that your prayers are being heard, but it is of the utmost importance that you stand in unwavering blind faith that they are coming to fruition. See, that's the thing. Sorry. You need to have faith that your prayers are being heard and things are coming to fruition for you. But if you don't, you could sabotage this, and so could this person, through fear and worry based on past experiences. So overall, allow your high priestess to guide you here in the opening of your heart frequency and communicating your truth. And I think that you're going to be, by month's end, it looks like, Leo, someone's locking it down around you. They're like, I'm committed to this. I'm committed to you. What are we building here? I'm not playing around. You got somebody around who's not playing around. Okay, an Emperor. Attached to the Lovers with the Ten of Pentacles. This person knows how to build things long term. And I think you're saying, I want to come. Let's do it. All right. When buffalo tramples into your spread, this medicine is a confirmation that your prayers are being heard, but it is of the utmost importance that you stand in unwavering blind faith that they are coming to fruition. Endure the time and uncertainty. Yeah, it's uncertainty will shoot you in the foot. Endure the time and uncertainty because your deepest heart's desires will be manifested. Act like the person whose prayer has already been answered. Your deepest heart's desires are being manifested here. The King and Queen of Cups in a fiery new beginning that the wheel has brought in, okay? Slow it down. Take your time, step by step. It's a rebirth. You two are a meeting of the minds. And this person is elevating in their status. And I see that there's a great potential for this to really work out as long as you don't shoot it in the foot with stress and anxiety. And just be playful with it. Be playful with it. This is supposed to be fun. The wheel has turned in your favor, Leo. So something is destined. A destined experience. All right? Have faith. I feel like I want to give you one more. I'm going to do it. I just feel like you all are struggling or will with uncertainty. And it's like when you're dating and you haven't committed and you're like, well, what if they meet someone else? I need to lock it down, need to lock it down. But you know what? Spirit's like, just trust yourself. Trust in the connection. And if it's someone you've been with, trust that you can resolve this, but see the higher truth in it and stay positive, regardless of the circumstances, right? The advice that Spirit lent you here with the buffalo. You may want to look buffalo up as well. This is I felt like you needed a keeper of the light, right? In your back pocket, higher learning. But I have a hard time with this one. Why do I have a hard time pronouncing this one's name? Help me out here, booklet. Melchizedek. I always want to say Melchizedek. That's not right. Melchizedek, he's laughing. He's like, that's a funny one, Jenna. All right. You have learned from experience. More inner study is now required for further progress. See? You're learning about yourself through connection and through opening up your heart. You have learned so much to this point and are becoming more every day. You're recognizing all the great lessons your experiences and challenges have brought to you and are preparing for a transition or inner ascension, where you will move beyond another level of fear and into the inner sanctum of your heart and soul. Become aware of patterns, ancient symbols, and signs being sent to you from the universe. There's a sense that you are now able to focus in a new way and offer greater light to the world. Melchizedek and his order are with you now, leading you towards spiritual wisdom. Meditate and connect with their light. Interesting that came up very strongly in the beginning, meditation and prayer. You are on a pathway of higher learning, especially too with the air energy here. This is about your ascension journey and what is going to bring in greater abundance for you. But I do feel on the practical, there is a deep, deep love connection coming in for you. And it's going to almost elevate you spiritually. This is full of higher wisdom and higher knowledge, this connection, Leo. I mean, your high priestess is being activated. Just don't let your ego get in the way of this. I don't know why. It could be somebody around you that's an overthinker as well. It almost feels like both of you could sabotage this if you take it up to the mind. This is all about your spiritual development and your advancement. And you have the support from the higher realms in this connection. For a lot of you, this is a spiritual connection. No doubt. Especially with two Wheel of Fortunes. Okay? All right, Leo. That was a long one. Take care. Namaste.